Hello, welcome to an update with my Volvo 245 with a Lambo engine here, and the engine is maybe a little bit tired now. Trying to remove the oil pan here to see the rod bearings. As you can see in my last video, I dropped the belt for the dry sump there, so engine was running only on idle, but it was running without oil pressure, so that's no good. Removed the gearbox because this oil pan here, I hope I can get it out now. Some bolts for this one is from this side, so I had to remove the flywheel and the gearbox to get it out there. Loosen some water and all of the oil lines that I made here for the dry sump. So I think I can loosen the oil pan here, and then we can see if there is any debris from the bearings, and loosen the not the main caps but the rod caps. It's Lamborghini, but it's made in Germany. I just removed the exhaust manifold so I could get this little cover out there, and then we get room to the engine here. So I've loosened all of the bolts. Yes. So let's crack loose one of. Oh. They are tight. It's the L19 ARPs in these ones. Gave it a little whack, and then we'll see. Sorry with my da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Can it focus? I have not looked at it. You have to see it first. Do I have autofocus on this one? Yes, here we have it. Not looking too shabby, but it's not new. And this is the underside, so the other one would be the more exposed side. We'll get that one out. Yeah, possible now. Yes. I can feel some small debris here, so I think it have taken a little bit of beating, but not that much. Yeah, you could see. Let's see here, crankshaft, first glance looking good. Then but I think I need to put some new bearings inside the engine here, at least the rod bearings. Up for some welding here, and you know, it's always fun to weld old oily things, TIG welding, aluminium welding. It's so hard to get it good. I had a little bit of leak in this one, very homemade dry sump oil pan here, and also a crack here in the gearbox. Now I have been making this flange so it is straight, and the most important thing when you have cracks like I have in this one, I have grinded it out and we can see the crack a bit there. It is to do stop drilling at the end of the crack. First I thought the stop was here of the crack, but then when I was cleaning I could see it got a little bit longer, so I think it is in this hole here. We'll see also a little bit when welding. You can see if it cracks away at when you're heating it up, this place there. So yeah, always problem to weld this dirty. Need to clean it a bit more and see if I can weld it up. So this gearbox will be fine back again for using in the Volvo here. I got some disc brakes and aluminium bells, center bells here. These are like blanks, 45mm offset, very heavy, so I need to machine off some weight, I think, but that's not the most important. It's to mill up the center hole and the bolt pattern. So I made a very quick program here in Fusion 360 to mill out the pattern here. We have the program in, so press cycle start. First thing is to probe this one, so the machine knows where the part is. Here we are probing Z height, so the height of the part. And then we go for the center hole that's already in here. G56 on this part. It's updating these ones. Now in with the two. And the tool from this one I'm using from Sjöborgs here in Sweden. And we're changing out for a little smaller tool and boring out for the wheel lugs there. You can see the whole table is rotating. Okay, then we have a chamfer mill. So we chamfer the edges there, make them nice. And on this one I made a feed rate way too slow. Chamfer all the small holes here. Now, ready? Let's see if it fits. A little bit tight maybe. Maybe tolerance is a little bit tight, but it's on there. Maybe have something to give it a smack a bit, but I think will fit good there. Next step would be to make an adapter for the brake calipers. I made some adapters here in plastic PLA to see if this one fits the brake discs here with the new rotors or the brake discs, and I came up with one with the correct dimensions. So this one I will tweak it a little bit and make it a little bit nicer, but this dimensions is good, so I will cut out some aluminium here and make a CAM program for it. You can see here also I have the brake pads is in the saw here, because the ones I got with the calipers are a little bit too wide. It was not meant for the Alcon ones, but now I hope they will fit. Already cut some of them out there, Alcon, and don't know where they're coming from, but I think they have been in some kind of race car. You can see here some holes between here, like normal brakes it's not like that, but it's a little bit more lightweight than normal, and you can see the pistons here as well. I don't know if it's titanium or not, but it's kind of two kind of metals. The first one making like a heat shield a little bit, I think, so not the heat from the pads will go directly into the brake caliper. But these are second-hand one, but I think still much better than some kind of Chinese brake calipers or something like that. I think it will be all good for the old Volvo here. I'm machining these brake caliper adapters, and alarm, emergency stop. I pressed emergency stop because it's not always going as planned when I'm CNC machining. I would say I've made many mistakes, and now I did a mistake again. The thing is, when I should tap, rigid tapping, you should have one of these kind of machine taps, and I did not have that for M12. I should make these ones holes here M12, but I had just a normal hand tap, installed that one because I thought 4 holes, of course it can make it, but in the first hole here it broke off and the tap is down here, so big fail here. We'll see if I can make these by hand or something. Yeah, these adapters, and this one I had a block that was wide enough for 2 of them, so that's why there is 2 of them, both sides here in one of the blocks. Yeah, bummer, but I think I could repair it on some way there, because this is only for my old Volvo. If I should have made this for some customer or something, I have to throw that one away. But always learning something, that make threads with a machine tap. Oh, by the way, I should have maybe used an thread mill. Yeah, if I have... No, I broke that one as well pretty early. So I should maybe get a thread mill to make the threads out here in these ones. Then it can make threads even if I don't have all of the taps there. Almost ready. Tap these, put them upside down, and machine off that hat. Adapters are ready for the Alcon brakes here. I'm still very much of a beginner as a CNC machinist. If you see something I do, I could have some advice in, please let me know and I can do it better. Some of these one-off stuff for the brakes, for example, I'm not putting too much energy in. Some other pieces I have machined here, I'm trying to put a little bit more time into. And helping me also in this is Sjöborgs. I have to say thank you very much for Sjöborgs for helping me out with some tools to machine here, and also with the knowledge. They have good knowledge and help me with some speeds and feeds and ideas how to do things. So here is some nice tools for them, great for aluminium, and thank you so much, Sjöborgs. They have a web shop, and also they have technicians around in Sweden that could help out with tools and equipment for CNC machines. So great with that support. Thank you, Sjöborgs. So I would say some of these pieces I put a little bit more time into. They are getting really nice finish right out of the machine here. This is an adapter for a Volvo 8 valve and to the electric throttle body. You can find it at BJP Race. A little bit conical here as well. It's finally time to put in some new bearings, and as many other things to these 5-liter Lamborghini engines that are in the Lamborghini Gallardo, many of the spare parts to the engines have like skyrocketed in price. Double, triple, 4 times the price what things costed before. And engine bearings also very expensive in this one. So that's a bit of a bummer. I used original bearings before. I have been looking for aftermarket ones, but aftermarket for this one, nobody is making it what I have seen. ACL or King or Clevite or something like that. But now, because this is a budget build, I was looking a little bit more into the dimensions of the bearings here. If it could be some other engines that have similar dimensions, and I found that Volkswagen VR6 engines, they have kind of the same dimensions. So I bought some of them, And the thing with these is, you see this little tang here on the bearing. This is an original one, and these VR6 ones is the tang here on the opposite side, so they do not fit, but I just simply grinded that one off here, so they're flat, so they're all plain there. This tang here, I would say, is just for locating. Some people say they're for so the bearings should not rotate, but there is many engines that do not have this tang, and if you have so much problem that the engine bearing rotates, you have much bigger problems, I would say. So I will putting these ones in. ACL is this ones. First I bought this standard ones, but the bearing clearance was a bit too small when I did some measurements for my liking, and then they have this one that is a little bit bigger, HX there, and yeah, got the clearance where I wanted to have it. And I think one package of these, it's for 6 cylinders, so I need 2 of them. But one package of these ones that is also race bearings with some more coatings and I think better than the original ones, is about 10% of what it costs for the original Lamborghini ones. So I can buy several of them and hopefully they are better. So I have not seen anyone doing these kind of VR6 bearings in the Lamborghinis, but I hope it works. We'll see pretty soon here if it's working or not. But some hassle to save some money and to get this car back on the road again. I filled some new oil in the tank here and cleaned out clear view filter here, so we can see if there's coming debris in this one before it's coming to the oil filter. But I still have the oil pan off here, and I was thinking maybe to run the pump right now. I can run it with my hand to maybe see if it's possible to flush out some of the oil that is in the engine and maybe some debris before it goes in back to the return lines in the oil pump here. So try it a little bit by hand maybe, and then or I can make it with the machine here. This hex drive. Is this a good idea or not? I don't know. It's coming oil now already, so yeah, I think it's coming. Where is it coming from? Is it... oh, maybe I should bring something under here. Yes, I put out some oil pressure with the machine here, and now it's coming oil here. So some engine flushing. Not standard practices, but one hand. Coming some more oil again. I could and will also turn up the oil pressure with the oil pan in place here, but this is only to, if there was debris, not bring it in to the suction stages of my nice Auto Verde oil pump here. So let this drain and put the oil pan back again there. And talk about the budget build. Yes, it's a Lamborghini engine, but it is probably one of the cheapest Lamborghini engines functioning there, because this one was cracked. The whole aft part here of this one was cracked. This one was cracked on the upper side of the crankshaft here. It was cracked inside of this in the engine block, so I welded the engine block here, and also you can see some of the welds here, and that is done, and it's still holding up good for this welding, so that's a good thing. I am putting in some new and fresh clutch discs, these 2 discs from TTV Racing in UK, and I'm also putting in a brand new flywheel that they have manufactured for me. And the reason for that one is the flywheel I had. You can see this starter ring gear here, it's very damaged, this one, and it was in street week in Malmö when this starter motor like 2 years ago.
Ska vi ta bort
svänghjulet?
Ja, det är det bästa.
Helst det, för då kan vi sitta och göra ordentligt.
Det är att det
Passar i själva
Jaha,
lagret.
The bearing here in the starter motor went out, so this one came out a little bit crooked, and then it damaged the flywheel here, and yeah, we just grinded it and made it as nice as we could there at the street week, and we were a bit scared that it would not start the car there, but it have been starting most of the time. I had skipped some time, I think, and then I have to turn the engine by hand, and then it does start. So, but I will keep this one for a spare and use this brand new one, so it will be more reliable, the car again. Thank you TTV for providing good high quality parts. And also this flywheel is a fully custom flywheel that nobody else in the world uses, I think. And it is the Chevy ring gear here for the starter. The trigger pattern here, it is from Lamborghini Gallardo GT2. This made for the clutch here, the 2-disc TTV one with the splines here for BMW. And we have here the bolt pattern for the Lamborghini 5-liter. So very special one and looking beautiful. Beautiful machining here. Beautiful new flywheel. It is time to start the engine. I have not started it yet, and I need to set up oil pressure warning on this one. We'll see if we get some oil pressure. I forgot about this one. Power steering. Yes. The pump. Because I have no steering rack installed, and I thought to myself, I need to remember pull the fuse for that one before I start. But I did not. Yep. It's always something. Start again, but I think I also have a bit of a wiring problem or something. It's -20 on the oil pressure, and the temperature is air temp 34, a little bit high, I think. Start again. Five kilos, so now it's working. The oil pressure was good, I would say. So now check the clear view filter here, if there is any debris. So putting a little bit of air through this one. Possible to see, there is some debris. Yes, it is. So, yeah, we'll clean it out and then maybe run it again and see if it's still coming. I could see that the rod bearings was having some debris from them, but it could also be something from the cylinder heads. So we'll see. Take it a little bit careful, but it's not huge amount. Build my beloved Lamborghini engine. be hurt, or is she okay? I did run it completely hot once again, so let's see if we could see any debris in this oil screen again. I cleaned it out. I think it's, oh, my battery is dying here. I think it's actually looking pretty good. Could maybe see some small debris there, but I think it will be good for now. I will try to run it a bit more, but I will build the car back again, put the front beam and everything. Great. Hopefully not damaged. Car is almost finished. Just to put the exhaust on and a small fix with the brakes and bleed the brakes. And I think this car is fit for fight, ready to drive again. And then I can put more time into this build. This is the car I want to do most work here in the winter and most eager to work on. And I have done some work and I have got some parts. So just in a couple of days it will be another episode with this car. But I think this is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.